Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another meal prep / batch cooking video. This video is not only healthy yet simple. There is nothing wrong with keeping keto simple. Sometimes it is what is going to help you stay on track. This is what I have been doing, simple, healthy keto to lose weight slowly and steadily. Slow and steady wins the race, baby. Let's get in the kitchen and let's get to cooking. All right, this week we're going to start out with boiling some eggs. I always boil my eggs in my Instant Pot. So I have a dozen eggs in there. I put in 1 cup of water. Make sure your Instant Pot's on sealing. I just press the egg button. And these are medium-sized eggs, so I only cooked them for 3 minutes. And then I always put them in an ice bath for 5 minutes. I just put them in a Ziploc bag and they are good to go. Grab one if you want a snack, if you want one on a salad or an easy meal. Next up, we are going to be making keto banana bread. Like, what? I haven't had banana bread since I started keto, but those are the ingredients we're going to be using. We are going to put in there 1 3/4 cup blanched almond flour. And then we are also going to go in with 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, 1/4 cup of granulated sweetener, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. It says 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I just kind of did a little dash. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I just kind of stirred up the dry ingredients a little bit before I went in with my wet. And the wet ingredients, you're going to put in there 3 large eggs. It calls for 1/2 teaspoon of stevia. I don't like stevia in my desserts, so that's where that Jordan Skinny syrup cookie dough came in. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon banana extract. Do keep in mind you can use whatever Jordan Skinny syrup flavor you have. I stirred all that up, and then last but not least, we did add in there 1/4 cup of butter. Gave it so much flavor. And then I took a loaf pan and I lined it with parchment paper. I did spray everything. As you see, the batter was definitely a little bit thick, so it definitely wasn't like a pour-in batter, but that's okay because I just kind of manipulated it with my hands. And you're good to go. Preheated my oven at 350 degrees, and we baked this for I baked mine for around 45 minutes. Obviously, all ovens vary, so you may want to check it a little bit earlier. I probably could have cooked this probably like 5 minutes less than what I did. Doesn't matter though, because the middle was still moist, still delicious, and oh, so good. It was so nice to have banana bread again. Next up, we are going to be making cracked chicken in the crock pot. If you guys have not made cracked chicken, what are you waiting for? This is so delicious. So I just took those chicken breasts. I took about 4 of the larger pieces out of there. And then I put them in my crock pot. I did spray my crock pot as well. The other 2 pieces I just cooked up just, for people to eat. I put in there 8 ounces of cream cheese on top of that chicken. And then I'm going to take 2 tablespoons, which equals 1 packet of ranch seasoning. I had already pre-made this ranch several days ago, but I will leave the recipe in the description box below. And then I did add some of those bacon crumbles. Seriously that simple, you guys. Put the lid on your crock pot, put it on low, let that cook for around 6 hours. And this is such a delicious, easy meal. And it's super simple to just go in with your hand mixer, and that is the easiest way to shred anything. So this is perfect to pair with any type of vegetable. I actually like to put this over cauliflower rice, and not gonna lie, sometimes I eat it just by itself because it's literally that good. You can add more cream cheese and more ranch flavoring if you want it to have a little bit more of a pop, but that is how I like mine. Next up, we're going to be getting our protein gains on. So I'm going to cook this steak. As you can see, it is still a little bit frozen. It is a New York steak. I'm taking 2 of those, so 2 packs of those, 4 steaks, and they're pretty good sized steaks. Frozen and all, I'm going to cook them in my electric skillet. It does an amazing job even with frozen foods, but I do let it cook a little bit because seasonings will not stick to frozen anything, just to give you a little tip there. But now that it's cooked a little bit, I'm going to be adding that mesquite seasoning. Oh my goodness, mesquite seasoning is the bomb. You guys need to try it if you haven't. And then once I get the seasoning on there, I'm just going to flip it over. As you can see, it's a little bit caramelized on that side. Oh my goodness, it's so good. So it caramelized the outside of it, but it still left the middle a little bit pink. So perfect, so good. And then you add that mesquite seasoning. It is like deliciousness heaven in thy mouth. So that is definitely a favorite of ours. And it's nice because, like I said, it's still pink in the middle. So then when you go to reheat it, it is still moist. It is still tender. Look at all that juice, you guys. Delicious right there. Next up, I'm going to cook some burgers. But the burgers I'm going to cook in my air fryer. The air fryer does such an amazing job. That is 8 1/3 patties right there. So I did have to do it in 2 different batches. So obviously I'm just going to put it on air fry mode. And then I cooked these because they, again, were frozen as well. So I cooked them on 10 minutes for the first side at 380 degrees. And then when that was finished, I turned them over. And I am just going to season them up with some garlic seasoning. That stuff is delicious as well. Just some basic garlic salt. And I probably should have put pepper on there as well. That would have made them even better, but I didn't. So then I put them back in. But the second time when I put them back in, I only put them in for 7 minutes, so that way the inside of those would be pink as well, because that's the kind of the key. If you keep them a little bit pink, when you go to reheat them, they reheat perfectly. But that is what they look like when they are finished. Again, I could literally eat a bunless burger probably every day. So good. Next up is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Again, frozen. These I am cooking in the air fryer as well. And we love our chicken in the air fryer. So again, I am going to cook these for 10 minutes at 380 degrees. When they came out, I did flip them over because obviously they weren't done. And then I just used that Tony's seasoning. My daughter, basically my entire family, but man, my daughter's like, are you going to season those with Tony's? Almost every single time. She loves this stuff. And trust me, we all do. This stuff is crazy good. But I put them back in probably another 10 minutes. And when they came out, they were perfect. Every time I cook chicken in an air fryer, I get so many compliments. It's just delicious. If you guys don't have an air fryer, I highly suggest that investment. I will leave a link to the one that I have down below. Next up, super simple, easy dish. We're going to take that zucchini, that squash, some radishes. We're going to cut the zucchini and the squash up into small pieces. And then I'm also going to use my chopper. I'll leave the chopper that I use in the description box as well. And that's how I'm going to cut my radishes because it just makes my life so much easier and I love that thing. I'm going to take some sausage as well, and I'm just going to cut the sausage up into bite-sized pieces. And then when we're done with all of that, I am going to take avocado oil, and I'm going to put a generous amount of avocado oil all over those vegetables so that way we get our nice healthy fats, as well as we can't forget the seasonings, you guys. So we are just going to go in with simple seasonings. I'm going to do a simple sea salt as well as some black pepper. And like I always say, I love to be generous with my seasonings because that's what gives the meals so much flavor. But then after that, I'm going to go in with the creation God gave me, aka my hands, and I'm going to stir all of that up, as well as I am going to take you could use a sheet pan, you can use a cookie sheet, whatever you want. Spread all those vegetables out. I did use aluminum foil. I sprayed the foil even though I used avocado oil because we don't want that to stick. We want all of that delicious goodness in our tummies, not on the foil. And then I added the sausage on top of all those vegetables. And oh my goodness, you guys, if you want a crazy, easy, simple, yet delicious, healthy meal, this is it right here. You guys have to do this. You could do it with chicken. You could do it with any kind of meat. I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. I baked that for around 25 minutes. Again, all ovens vary. You may want to take it out, stir it up a little bit, and put it back in the oven. But highly, highly, highly recommend this dish, you guys. Again, crazy simple, but yet healthy and delicious. All right, y'all, that is a wrap on this week's meal prep. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a couple of new, fresh ideas, and I hope it also gave you ideas on how to keep it ridiculously simple. That is kind of what I've been going for these last few weeks, is simple to help me stay on track. However, whatever you are meal prepping, definitely leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're meal prepping. Follow me on Instagram. Tag me and let me know what you made for the week. Stay safe out there. I'm praying for you, your family, and your country. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. And don't forget to go out there and make today even better than yesterday. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.
On my own, but I don't know why. You hit the road, but you don't realize I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when